Does it want me to rotate? Okay. Hey everybody, I'm back on here with another live. I'm trying to go live more, you guys, so that we can get our watch hours and everything like that. Not just because of that though. It helps me a lot. But there was something specific that I wanted to talk about today, and this has been on my mind for the past few weeks a lot. And you guys, can say what you want about it, but I truly do feel it in my spirit, in my soul, in my mind, in my energy. It's like I'm 23 now, and the energy I feel stepping back into what I love to do, which is content creation, making YouTube videos. Now I'm not just making YouTube videos. Why are the cops here at my job? I'm on my break right now. I keep on seeing the popo. What's going on? But anyway, basically it's like lately it might sound crazy, but this is how I feel deeply within my spirit. And if you guys feel like you feel like you've lost your purpose, you feel like you don't really know what you really want, you don't really know what direction to take. I felt that way for so long. Like, I knew that I loved to do content creation and everything like that, but I didn't know if I was supposed to be doing it, if that makes sense. I just didn't feel like I had it in me to do it. But I definitely proved myself wrong. It's not even just about the outcome. It's about how it makes me feel. The energy that doing what I love puts me in has just uplifted me so much. It makes me feel like I have purpose again. But this time it is so different. And I have tried to do content creation time and time again the past few years. Something that I love to do. Connecting with other people in a way that's comfortable for me. Someone who struggles socially with anxiety and all of those things. The way that I connect with people the most is online. I always have. So what I'm saying is, sometimes you have to reconnect with your younger self. What did they want? What energy? Where did you feel the best? Where was your energy the highest? When did you feel the most light in your entire life? And for me, it was whenever I was 13 years old, 10 years ago. And I will never forget it. And I know that sounds like you were only 13 though. Yes, I know. But honestly, that was I remember whenever I was 13 and starting YouTube, I felt the best. I felt like this is my purpose. But then, of course, all the things, depression, mental health, trauma, all that stuff ensued years the following, which hindered me from continuing my YouTube content creation path. And, for so long, I felt like I lacked purpose. Yes, I was trying to do all these things. Yes, I went to college. Yes, I've done all these jobs, trying to figure out which path is for me. Where do I feel that my energy is the best? Where do I feel the most aligned? Where does my spirit feel the most aligned on this earth? And now at 23, 10 years later, this whole cycle of not feeling like I have a place in the world that feels natural, feels good. And finally, you guys, it's it just fucking, sorry, profanity. That's one thing I'm trying not to do. Coming back to my YouTube, we gotta keep it cute and professional, okay? Energy capacity to do work, right? Have you guys, you try to force yourself to do something and you just don't feel it. You just don't feel like this is what you're meant to be doing. But with coming back to YouTube 10 years later, after all of the trials and tribulations of life and depression, and then I come back to YouTube at 23, 10 years later, and it's like it all came back. All the energy I had, not all the energy I had at 13. Now that would be amazing if I had that same energy, right? I mean, you know, but the mental, the spiritual energy that I feel coming back this time feels so aligned with my purpose. And I might sound insane to you all, especially if you are not an open-minded individual where you don't believe in that type of stuff. That's fine. Like, you're allowed to have that. That's yours. So I'm not going to judge you for that. But this is just what I feel. And honestly, stepping back into the energy of creation, doing what I love, has literally uplifted my spirits so much. I feel like I have purpose. I have something to look forward to. And my energy capacity, even though I'm tired, I'm physically tired, might even be mentally tired, I'm not spiritually tired. I can keep going and going and going. Do you want to know why? Because it's what I love. And I truly do believe that this is my purpose. Helping other people heal. Helping other people bring out what is inside of them that they don't even know that they have. So that's just my message for today. If you guys are feeling lost, if you feel like you are lacking purpose or whatever, but there was a time in your life where there was something that you loved to do that made you feel enlightened, made you feel you had purpose, all those good things, the things that we all want in our lives, the thing that gives meaning to life. Tap into who were you when you were younger, when you were in the best energy. Obviously, reasonably. And you know what? Do you want to know what I also realized is that you cannot try to force it. You cannot be so focused on perfection at first. At first, because this is where I'm at, and this is how it was when I first started YouTube. Don't chase perfection. Just show up. Just show up first. Perfection will come later. Just start showing up at whatever that thing is you love to do. If it's painting, if it's, I don't know, working out, like whatever your thing is that made you feel the best, the most soul energy. Maybe you should reconnect with that self. So that's because who I was at 13, I felt amazing. I felt like that's who I truly was. And I was showing up as my authentic self. I wasn't trying to force anything. I've noticed whenever I have tried to come to YouTube, social media, and it's like I was trying to force perfectionism, however the word is supposed to be said, it didn't feel natural. It didn't feel aligned. Whereas whenever I show up as my authentic self, and focusing more on that, being real with myself, being real with y'all, that's whenever I really feel the most impactful. That's whenever I feel the most aligned, not when I'm trying to force or what other content creators are doing. No. And I do feel like that's like a mistake that a lot of people make whenever they're trying to do content creation, trying to put themselves out there. You cannot force it. I remember, y'all, whenever I was 13, and I mean, it's not so much about numbers, but it's just the truth. People can feel it. People want to see authenticity. They don't want to see some forced content. And I've had to learn that. So if you are going to show up, if you are going to go back, make sure you're being authentic to your true self, not what other people want. When I was 13, when you're 13, you are your authentic self. You don't really, I know for me at 13 anyway, I did not reach the point of self-awareness yet, where you kind of look at yourself from an outside lens. That kind of happens when you tour, obviously, when you're a kid, but it's almost that same You're not trying to force yourself to be anything. You just are showing up as you are, you guys. And I just feel that's how I've been showing up lately, and it's so amazing. And of course, like I said, that's not to say just be a slob with my content. And I gotta make sure my phone does not overheat, because of course, like, over time, I want to have better quality. I want to focus on the perfectionism side of things. But no, what's more important is your authenticity. I've connected with more people on my videos when I was showing up as my authentic self, what aligned with my real energy, not a forced energy. That's whenever I connected with people the most. So that's all I'm saying, you guys. Make sure don't feel shame about who you are. Don't feel shame, because that's what people love. People can feel it, whether you know it or not. And that's something that I learned. I've been able to let go of a lot of shame. And that also is like helping me realign with who I was at 13 in the creative field, in the how I connect with others, how I present myself, whatever. There's not so much anxiety or shame or guilt, because I used to be filled with so much shame putting myself out there. But what I had to realize is that it's not about me. It's not all about me. And first of all, I used to take myself so serious to the point where it was too much, and I didn't feel comfortable enough to put myself out there anymore. Whereas now it's like I've been able to release a lot of shame. And it's so weird, because this is what I've been wanting to do for so long. And it's like it was in my mind. I was thinking it, but I didn't know how to come back. I didn't know how. I was like, I want to come back to YouTube. I want to come back to what I love to do, but how am I going to do it? I don't want to come off fake. I want to show up as my authentic self. And this is why I say what you think is so important. What you keep thinking. Even if you feel like you cannot take action right away, you keep thinking it, keep holding on to it. Don't give up. And eventually it's like, sometimes it just manifests itself when you think it. And then, sometimes it's just God, the universe, whatever you believe in, bringing you where you need to be at the right time. Chronic triggers. No one cares. It sounds like you don't care because you lack purpose, and I have a job. Oh my gosh, here we go with the get a job comments. I think it's so funny because I'm literally on my break at my work. Like, what? You date... my boyfriend is mixed, so yeah. But yeah, you guys, like, I cannot stand people that come on here with this negative energy. It's been happening a lot lately. And like that too, like, you're gonna have people that try to slow you down. You're gonna have people to try to dim your light and bring their negative energy towards you. And you cannot let that, I definitely used to, like, let it tear me down. I'm like, what if they're right? They're not right. Because they're not even doing it themselves. You know, they're sitting here watching you and analyzing you, not taking the time to analyze themselves. Then they wonder why they lack purpose. You know, that's a huge epidemic in today's world. People are so filled with negativity. They're so lost. They're so closed-minded that they can't even have the capacity for an open-minded conversation. And whatever, stay lost in your own little miserable world. That's fine. Do you. Won't make you feel shame for it. But that's not me. You know what I mean? But anyway, it doesn't matter who's watching right now or anything like that. It does matter, but it really doesn't. This is just a message that I felt like other people needed to hear, that it's something that I've been thinking all day while I'm working. I'm on my break right now. For all of you who want to say, get a job. I have a job. I'm at my job more than I'm not. And that is why I come on here on my breaks, because I still want to show up. This is what makes me happy. If I didn't do stuff like this, you guys, I wouldn't feel that I had purpose. And whenever you feel like you don't have purpose, that's when it's so much easier for things like depression to come about. I mean, of course, depression will come up for a plethora of reasons. Some of it, it's just within your because of your trauma. So, but definitely, like, when you feel like you're aligning yourself with what you love, what brings you purpose, you feel like you're connecting with others in such a beautiful way, that's when life just feels, it's like peak. Seriously. You need a man in your life. Baby, I have a man in my life. Right, clock it. Don't let these haters shut you down. I don't know what it is about lately. We have had some negative people coming on here, but that's okay. That's okay. That's to be expected. That's something that I've had to learn how to handle over time being on YouTube and social media. If you put yourself out there, you're going to experience people with their negative Nancy mindsets, especially closed-minded people. And do you want to know what I've learned about closed-minded people who, they hear you talking about depression, anxiety, and they laugh at you, da-da-da-da-da. I'm not saying the case for everybody. I'm not the one to sit here and diagnose people. No, nothing like that. But it's just what I've noticed within my own experiences is that the people who laugh at anxiety or they take it as a joke or whatever, depression, people with real mental struggles are the ones that struggle themselves, and they're so blind. They're so blind. They go through their life so blindly. They're not willing to listen or have an open mind. And that's okay. Some people were raised differently, different generations. And it's something that I'm having to really just like, it's something that I'm really just having to accept and ignore. Okay, share your opinions and manifest your own happiness. Thank you, my lovely. You're very beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm a compulsive liar. All right, Tony. Hopefully my phone does not overheat. Closed-mindedness is such a limitation for character growth. Exactly. Like, you guys don't even know. You negative people on here, you are limiting yourself to the greatness of life. You seriously are. And I feel so very bad for you. And I will be praying for you. Okay. I usually do pray for people because I feel so bad for you. I really, really do, sweetheart. You need a soul cleanse. You need a mind cleanse. You need some education in your life. So I feel so sorry for you. I will pray for you. But yeah, you guys, like I said, this energy that I have stepped into in 2026, releasing guilt behind putting myself out there. It's so important for you to step into your true purpose in life. You have to let go. And I think I learned that too. Before, like I said, trying to force myself to do it, not showing up on authentically with all of these, I call them barriers. Like, I had all these barriers, which was anxiety, shame, guilt, said it a million times. And I had to learn how to knock those barriers down in order to step into, what I'm doing now. But yeah, and this is not just me talking about myself just to talk about myself. I'm sure that's what closed-minded people would just assume. But this is for everyone. Everyone needs to hear this message. I needed to say it out loud for myself to hear it. I needed to say it so that y'all could hear it. But it's so weird. It's so weird. Like I said, I started on YouTube at 13. That's when I felt the most empowered in it. And now 23, I'm coming back after a huge break. And I feel the same energy all over again. So weird, like a 10-year loop. I don't know. I'm seriously laughing. Why are you guys on here randomly saying stuff? Do you date blah blah? Be my girlfriend. Right? It lacks it lacks meaning. It really, really does. People on here saying get a job while I'm on my break at work is the most, like, that's so hilarious to me. Okay. So hilarious. I actually have to go back in pretty soon. 11:25. So I have, oh wait, it's 1 minute off on my car. I got 1 minute, y'all, so I am gonna get off here. Why does time go by so fast when I'm doing these lives? Yeah, on my videos too, we got some negative people, whatever. Like I said, when you're putting yourself out there, honestly, thank you for the engagement. You know what I mean? You're not really hurting me, you're helping me. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I had to say. Thank you for the engagement. Feel sorry for you. I'll pray for you. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get off here. This break flew the hell by. But what's important is that I came live. I spread the message I felt like I needed to share. That you guys have a beautiful day. I got to go back into work and finish my 10-hour shift. Thank you. All right, y'all have a beautiful day. I love y'all, my lovely, lovely people. Don't forget to do everything you can to align with your true self, what you love to do. Showing up as your true self is so important. And that's it. But I love you guys. Bye.